Big Sean's in the building.
Yes. I'm all up in the building, man. 96.3.
You got to tell everybody the story about how you got discovered. I know it was a long time ago, and you probably told the story a million times, but being at a radio station right now, this is amazing.
Yeah, it could be the millionth and one time I tell it. It's all good. So, it all goes back, way back in the time when I was 16 years old. Let me see, I'm 23 now, so that was how many years ago?
A bunch of years.
That was a bunch of years.
Don't make me do math.
Right? So anyway, as soon as I was turned 16, I got my first car. I was in a rap group with me and my homie, and you know, he had the idea of going down to the radio station for this show. They did this show every Friday called the Friday Night Cypher, where MCs would come together and battle each other.
Right.
So whoever would win the battles would get to come in a studio like this, a radio studio, and would get to rap like 2 verses over like instrumentals. So, you know, that show, and that was the biggest thing to us. You know, that's like exposure. You get to be on the radio every Friday night. So we did it. You know, we went down there, battled these fools, won. We were winning every week, and we became like regulars on the show. And we did that for like a year straight, and I got a great relationship with the radio station. So my junior year, going to senior year in high school, Kanye was there promoting his album Late Registration at the time, and my homie who's hit with me right here, Tone, say it ain't Tone, he called me while I was at the bank. I was cashing my $120 check. I was a telemarketer. It was the worst job. It was whack as hell.
That is the worst job in the world, isn't it?
Man. It was
trying to sell stuff that nobody wants. What were you selling?
Man, I was selling prosthetic limbs to old veterans that had been in the war. It was really messed up, man. I really looked at it as a big scam almost. I didn't feel good working there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So anyway, I'm cashing my $120 check that I would work my ass off for every week. And he called me and was like, yo, man, you listening to the radio? I'm like, no, what's up? He's like, man, Kanye down there playing his new stuff, man, from his album and talking down there, man. You should go down there and rap for that fool. If you rap for him, he'll probably sign you. And I was like, man.
Now this is kind of rare because Kanye don't like doing radio.
Yeah, he don't like doing radio.
No. So the fact that he's on the radio and talking about his album already.
Yeah. Crazy.
Anybody who knows Kanye knows that he probably wasn't in the mood to meet somebody.
Oh, he just told me last week, he was like, man, that's crazy that happened like that. It's crazy that all that was going on. So, you know, he told me to go rap for him. He was like, man, if you rap for him, he'll probably sign you. And I'm like, man, at first I thought it sounded stupid, but I thought about it for about 13 seconds. And then within those 13 seconds, I realized that, man, that could actually work. Or why not? Why wouldn't I try it? You know what I'm saying? I was always one person to just go out and try stuff. So I walked out of line without cashing my check, smashed my crib, got the CD I've been selling around high school. Luckily, one of my homies met up with me and gave me $20 to drive down there. Got to the station. Since I was a regular there, they let me in. You know what I'm saying? They knew my face. And I told them I left my phone there the night before. I straight up lied.
Right.
Got back in the back offices. They went in the back and saw Kanye and his team. I made it past his security guard, made it past his road manager. I guess they thought I worked at the station, and I didn't. And shook his hand. And, you know, I was like, yo, man, I'm this rapper. I do this show here every Friday. And he's like, all right, cool, keep it up. And he started walking away. And my homie was like, man, what you doing? You got to rap for him. I was like, you right. And, you know, I never met no celebrity. I was nervous as hell. I used to ride to school listening to him, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I stopped him again and was like, yo, man, can I spit for you? And he's like, man, I ain't got time. I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm in a rush. I'm like, man, I ride to school listening to you, man. Like, you just got to let me spit something, man. Like, just whatever. And he was like, all right, man, you got 16 bars, which is the equivalent of a verse.
Right.
You got 16 bars, man. You got to rap while we walking out the station. Go. So we were walking out the station. You know, I couldn't tell if he was feeling it or not. But as soon as we got to the entrance and / exit of the station, he stopped and started bobbing his head and was really feeling it. I could tell because he was making, like, adding ad-libs to my verses. Like, oh, snaps. Oh. You know, and just, I was rapping towards the ground, man. And that 16 bars ended up turning into, like, 10 minutes straight of just rapping. Everybody who worked at the station crowded around. So as soon as I was done, everybody started clapping. And it was like my moment, man. And he took my CD and was like, I'm about to listen to this right now. And he listened to it. And that's how the that's how the contact started. But it even took a couple years after that to sign to him. Like, I gave up everything. I graduated school like a 3.7. I was on my way to Michigan State University. I had scholarships. I was ready to live on my own, have sex, get high off life. You know, dude, go to college and do that life. But I gave it all up just for the possibility of just like maybe signing with him. And, you know, it all ended up working out. And I worked my ass off, man. So it's tight to be here.
Dude, the miraculous part about it is you approached the most unapproachable guy in music.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you gave him your CD and he didn't just toss it.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, dude. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, it doesn't really happen like that, man. Thanks a lot.